What's going on, guys? Welcome to a episode review for I guess you could say the first episode of Demon Slayer Season 2. With me, as always, I have Blue Spade.
I mean, should we even call this the start of season 2? Because I feel like this is just...
I guess the prequel episode to the Mugen Train arc.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't watched the Mugen Train movie, I would avoid any spoilers on what we're about to reveal in this. But yeah, it's just before we start, it's like like several months ago when we did the review for Mugen Train, I asked why it needed to be a movie in the first place, and sadly, several months later, I pretty much been proven right when they revealed that they're not only this episode, but the 6 following episodes are gonna just rehash everything from the Mugen Train arc, with them adding some new scenes here and there.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool they're adding new scenes, but ultimately this it just seems pointless to go over the Mugen Train arc again. I mean, because then what was the point of watching the movie if they're just going to go over the same arc again in the series?
I mean, Aniplex or Ufotable, whatever, they made off with like what $500 million off of that movie. So like they just really I don't know, in a way, like I would say scammed like their audience into watching this movie, just to hype them up, just to give them a false hype on for season 2, only to end up watching it again for about the next 6-7 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like this is going to kind of kill any kind of hype that people might have had for season 2, unless for people who haven't seen the Mugen Train movie already. But I mean, you could just watch the movie. I think they have it on Crunchyroll now. So
yeah,
I mean,
I mean, if they're releasing it, well, yeah, it's on Crunchyroll right now. But what's the point of them releasing all 6 episodes with stuff that was already in the movie, with them adding some new stuff in there too?
Yeah, I mean, it makes it even worse because they're doing obviously an episode a week, so pretty much we're just getting an episode a week of rehashing the plot of the movie, which we already know, and we could already just see if we just watch the movie. So
now the thing is about this is season 2 was advertised for with their new entertainment district arc, right? And then they said that they were planning on releasing some kind of special recap episode of Mugen Train. I was just like, okay, that's fine and all, but then it wasn't until just I think about a week or two ago they revealed, oh, we're gonna be making an entire story arc of the Mugen Train arc, and I was like, and what was the point of them releasing that movie what was it, last year during the pandemic?
Yeah,
and you're so I don't know what the mindset was of them even releasing this movie, only for them to have them really re-release it in an extended fashion and put it into the second season like this.
Yeah, it's just really confusing as to why they chose to do this. Especially, it's just like I said, any hype for season 2 is, I mean, aside from I guess this episode, it's just going to be the same what we've already seen. So I mean, why would people get excited if it's just a recap or rehash of the same plot from the movie with maybe some new stuff added in? But it's just I don't know. I just feel like it's just a bad idea. I don't know why you do this. It's just really strange. I mean, so this is really the only episode I guess we're going to be reviewing for season 2 for for a while, until they finish redoing the Mugen Train arc.
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, we'll review this episode, and then, well, we're probably not going to end up doing each and every episode for the next 6-7 weeks until Mugen Train is done. Maybe we'll give our summary or impressions of once this arc is done, to see if there's any similarities or some or differences from what we saw from the movie. But yeah, it's just there's just nothing else to really even talk about, other than the stuff that we already seen from the movie a few months ago.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, this first episode, it's pretty much just Rengoku. I guess fighting this one demon that's murdering people on a train, but I don't think it's the Mugen train. It's another train.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much just that's pretty much the entire episode is him like fighting this thing or investigating it, along with introducing these characters that work at like what was it, like a bento place or something, like this grandmother and granddaughter or something. Or
Well, that's the interesting part.
Yeah.
Like, it explains why Rengoku had the entire set of like bento boxes while he was on the train at the beginning of that movie.
Yeah, which I'm like, okay, did we did we really need like a whole episode to explain that? But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was like it was an overall like entertaining episode, but ultimately, like, I don't know. I after watching it, I'm like, I mean, I guess the biggest takeaway from it is like him like kind of briefly referencing his father. We don't really. I mean, I don't know. They don't go much into that either. So, I mean, I thought it was decent for the most part, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm wondering if it really added to that much, other than just showing Rengoku what he was doing before he got on the Mugen train.
Yeah. Well, here's my thought about this episode. It's like, I think we should have gotten this episode before the movie came out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's sort of fine. They could have this could have been like the only episode in this season, and then they just finally move into the entertainment district arc, or maybe they just like do a special like 30-minute recap episode of the entire movie just to keep everyone caught up and everything, right? Like that. But I just find the placement of this episode just to be really odd, for one thing, because it's just like, because we know what happens to Rengoku at the end of that movie.
Yeah.
And like the episode the entire episode itself, of course, takes place like a day before the events of Mugen Train. So Rengoku is like, it's trying to investigate like these murders happening on a train, but it like I said, it doesn't take place on the Mugen Train. But we find out that the Mugen Train is in this episode, but it's being decommissioned for like maintenance or something like that, because of, like, they said there were like 40 murders that happened on this train. But there's another demon that's running rampant in another set of trains, and Rengoku is apparently sent in to investigate that.
Yeah. I don't know, what did you think about the like, I guess the demon itself, like I mean, I guess as a villain, we don't really get too much about it. Like, it's just
well, they completely ripped off his appearance to Akaza at the end of
that's what it kind
the
of
Mugen Train arc.
of.
I mean, his appearance is almost exactly similar. I mean, his skin color and the tattoo, what was it, placements on his face and his body look almost similar. So you would think that he's part of the upper moon demons, but apparently he's just some kind of low class serial killer demon that any other demon slayer could chop his head off.
Yeah, I guess the only thing with this demon is if he's really fast.
Yeah, I mean, well, Rengoku's able to catch up to him after. Well, yeah, the main thing about this episode is Rengoku's friendship with the bento box vendors that he meets at the train station. So he ends up saving them at the end, and of course the elder woman has a flashback of the time when, I guess, once Rengoku's father ended up saving her and her daughter a few decades prior. And of course Rengoku also takes note of this and tells her that that it was his father that saved them once before.
Yeah. I thought that was one of the more interesting things about the episode. But yeah, like I said, we don't really get one of my complaints is that with the movie we didn't really get too much about Rengoku as a character. So I was kind of hoping in this episode they would maybe show a little bit more about I guess his general or his maybe more of his backstory. We did get that in the movie, but I kind of wanted a little bit more. But here it was just, it felt like it didn't really go much into that. It was more so just, the way he was acting in the movie, where he was just like eating all the time, and I don't know. It didn't really feel too much different from, what we were seeing of him in the movie. So I don't know. What did you think about his character in this? Because I mean,
it was fun to see. I mean, I liked Rengoku as a character, and I felt like it was. I definitely enjoyed it. This episode, like if anything, if this was the only episode of the season before moving on to the entertainment district.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's just the placement of this episode, and then the timing of this is just really odd, considering that we already saw the movie, and considering that why this episode was never released, like maybe as a special before the movie came out, or unless if like they never even released that movie in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, while this was a fairly decent episode, it's just like we said, it's like it just feels weird that they're coming out with this now, and not that it came out maybe like before the movie came out, but we're only getting it now. So, and then we just have the entire recap, or just the whole Mugen Train arc being spread out again over like 6 episodes or so. So yeah, I don't like, for the episode itself, I thought it was good. It's just that, like I said, it's just kind of weird that they're doing season 2 this way. I don't really understand why. I mean, you could have just maybe had like I don't know, like if the entertainment district arc is a shorter arc, just maybe have a shorter season. I mean, if that's the reason they're doing it, just to maybe like pad it out, I guess. But even still, like, I don't understand that. Like,
here's another thing about the second season. This season is going to be 18 episodes.
Yeah, it already has like a weird episode count. So
yeah, this includes the 7 episodes involving that involves the Mugen Train arc, which we already mostly seen. And so in reality, if you were to just cut that out, the entirety of season 2 is only like
episodes.
What, 11 episodes? Yeah. So you would think, I mean, okay, if this was like only the entertainment district arc, this, like, they could have added another arc like after the entertainment district arc, but now they put in all of their production into rehashing Mugen Train and then going into the entertainment district arc, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, why not put in the time to to move the story even further than that?
Yeah, I mean,
other than entertainment district.
I mean, the manga's already finished, so I just don't understand, like, why not just continue on with the story? Like, there's no reason to rehash something is pretty much already done. I mean, just make season 2 everything that happens after that. But yeah, I mean, it's just a confusing decision.
Now, just to clarify, we're not saying this is a bad anime or anything like that. We're just questioning, like, why they ended up having to do this in the first place. Like, why did we need to see Mugen Train as a movie, or why did they need to even like make an entire arc of Mugen Train into season 2 in the first place?
Yeah.
I mean, why not just like, with the manga finished, like, they could just easily just progress the entire story, like maybe in the next season or 2. But I don't know what Aniplex, or I don't know what Ufotable's methods are in like having to market this, but I just felt like they kind of scammed out their audience just by releasing that movie and running away with like 500 million,
yeah,
in the end like that.
Yeah, it does feel kind of scummy because they're just I mean, we already have the movie, and now they're just doing this with season 2, and yeah, I feel kind of ripped off too, because it's like, well, I already watched the movie, I don't need to see this again.
Yeah, and what also sucks is that they're doing pre-orders for the Mugen Train, the limited edition version of the Mugen Train. Like, I almost wanted to pre-order that, but once I heard about this, I immediately backed away.
I mean, you might be better off just waiting until they maybe another year or two, like release season 2, and then you'd have the Mugen
Yeah.
Train arc and all, I guess, all the additions they made to it in the series. So, yeah. Yeah, like, it's just, yeah, like, it's funny because there's not much to say about the episode itself. It's just more so the decisions behind the way they're doing, I guess, the first part of season 2. Yeah, I don't really have too much else to say about this episode. Like, of course, the episode ends just kind of setting up Mugen Train, where, Rengoku's on the train, and then Tanjiro and the other characters are about to get on the train. The only thing different, I guess, is the bento box girl, like, seeing them or something. But, I mean, it's not really a notable addition. But, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a decent episode, but it just, like we said, it just sucks that it's going to lead up to basically what's going to amount to a rehash of the movie. So, yeah, we won't really be reviewing any of these other episodes until they get to the Entertainment District arc, which won't be for probably, yeah, I guess like 6 weeks or so, considering it's like 6 episodes.
They said the Entertainment District arc is going to start in December. So
yeah,
if I were to count the episodes right now, it's like, well, that's going to be in the middle of November, so they might end up going to like a few week hiatus until then.
Yeah,
which kind of sucks because I like I said, I don't know what Ufotable's deal is and having to release it this way.
Yeah, I really don't know what kind of justification they have for doing it this way, but yeah, it's just really confusing. Yeah, I guess that all being said, until the. I guess maybe probably about December, we'll see you all for the Entertainment District. Yeah.
I mean, we'll probably do a summary of this
if there's anything different.
Once
yeah.
the movie ends. Yeah, and maybe we'll give our thoughts. But if not, then we'll wait until the Entertainment District arc.
Yeah. So until next time, we will see you all later.